Beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be checking out the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. This palette retails for $65 on the website, and the shipping to the US is insane. So I also picked up one of these. It's one of her matte liquid lipsticks. And I can I can seriously remember as I'm in checkout, I was all excited. I finally decided to just go for this palette. I've been looking at it for months. Shipping to the US is like $20+, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's not like they're shipping it from the Middle East, you know what I mean? But I stand corrected because they sent it all the way from Dubai, and this pretty little lady now has a new home with me. Now, as you can see, the top part of it, that's a clear plastic. I'm not super excited about that because it is a fancy palette. I feel like it should have a mirror, but I can work with it. And it's just all sorts of rose gold shades. We've got cranberries and some pinks and, ooh, this pretty raspberry. It's my favorite matte. And it comes with 2 pressed pearls or just shimmers, and then 6 of these 3D textured shadows. And out of all of the ones that are supposed to be the textured 3D shadows, I really think only these 2 really have that flaky texture to them. The others are more they're fairly creamy, shimmer shades to me, and they work okay. I was testing out some of these colors last night, and the textured ones, just like in the other reviews that I'm sure you've seen, they are kind of hard to work with, and I'm going to do a little tutorial, and we'll see if we can make it work. But just so you know, I still got some practice in with these. That textured shadow thing is kind of new. And of course I did some swatches for you. Let's start with the pretty shimmers and textured shadows. Up here is that pretty pink, the angelic color, and it's just I don't know, it's like a duochrome shimmer, but it comes out super pigmented and pretty. These next 2 are the 2 textured ones, sorry. These 2 are the ones that are kind of flaky, but they still, look, they still come up nice on a swatch. And these are my other 2 favorite shimmers, Pretty Gold and Cranberry. And just in the interest of full disclosure, the mattes did swatch a little bit patchy, but when I was playing with them last night, they went on okay. And we've just got a few of my favorites. That really pretty raspberry color up there, that's how that looks. And then this flamingo pink, I love it. And just, you know, some darker transition colors, a lighter one. I really like this. So they got a little bit of everything, and it all goes with the whole rose gold theme, if you will. And I'm digging this palette, so I would love to move on to a tutorial and play with this. I've been waiting on it for so long. I've been wanting it for a while. And I was somewhat on the fence as to whether to get this one or the Modern Renaissance. And I went with this one because honestly, the Modern Renaissance does not have enough shimmer shades for me. It's got a lot of beautiful mattes, but I feel like the pans are a little bit smaller than I expected, and I gotta have me some shimmer, okay? Alright, honey, let's move along with this tutorial. I'm going to start in with the color Bay. It's a nice, it's not flat white, but it's a nice cream color. I'm digging it. And I can really see myself starting off with that color pretty much every time. There's a few other ones in here, like maybe this one down here or Shy, that you could start with as well. But Bay makes a great base color. Next, I am going to take the transition shade Shy, and I'm going to put that in my crease to brow bone area. You know, these mattes are really interesting because they are kind of powdery. They're coming up really easy and pigmented, but they're not like that dry and yucky powdery that you think of with, like, say, an older palette. It's coming up like a really, like, silky smooth chalk almost. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it's such a fine powder that it goes on so well. Look at that. That's like, that's a lot of color. Don't forget to blend with mattes that go on like really bright, just with that little bit. I mean, I'm barely touching the pan and it's coming right up. Don't forget to blend really well because mattes tend to get patchy if you do not blend them in between steps. So we're going to move on, and just because I am dying to see what this looks like, we're going to go in with Flamingo. It's that bright, bright, light kind of pink. Like, it's got, I don't know, it's just flamingo pink with that purple tone to it somewhere in there. You know what I mean. It's just, it reminds me of like my Barbie dream house or my Barbie car when I was a kid, you know. But you know what? I haven't used her in a while, so I'm going to take my Royal & Langnickel BOM dash 40. That's a shader brush, and it's like a nice round, kind of flat shading brush. And I'm just going to throw a little bit of that right up on here. Oh, and it's already coming off like really bright. Even with that darker transition shade, I think it tones down that like super bright pink a little bit, but it still comes through really well. I think that's a really pretty color. I think I'm going to try something just a little bit different today. I'm going to continue with that flamingo pink color, and I'm going to take my blending brush, one of my like thinner, more workable blending brushes, and I'm going to just put a little bit on there and kind of pull it down to the outer corner and the inner corner. Let's see how this looks. I took that flamingo pink and I put just a little bit on the outside and the inner corner and blended it out. I left some of that room in the middle just plain white with that bay like we put on all over our eye space there. And next, I think I'm going to take Maneater. Oh my gosh. This is my favorite matte. It's like a really, like, I don't know, it's just a vibrant raspberry color, and it speaks to me. Alright, so we are going to put a little bit of that on the outer part of our eye, and we're going to take it down to the outer corner as well. And I think I'm going to dust that on with my number 8 from the BH Cosmetics Lavish set. It's kind of a thicker brush, and I don't know, I feel like it shades really well. And because those other mattes came up really dark, I mean, look, it comes up really well. Just gonna be gentle. Look at that. Oh my god. Girl, this color. Ah! I am in beauty heaven right now. I love cranberries. Oh, cranberry and raspberry colors give me life, and this did not disappoint. Alright, so I got a little excited with that beautiful raspberry color, and I had to blend it out. Forgot to tap my brush. Silly me. So I worked with it, and that is what we're going with. More of a smoky eye than I planned for. And I think I just want to try out one of these textured shadows. I'm going to go in with Trust Fund. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a bright coppery, beautiful orange coppery color, and I'm feeling it. I think it'll go nicely right in the middle of our lids, just a little bit. And they tell you to use your finger, put it on your finger and tap it on that way and build it up a bit. So we're going to see. Because I did try it with one of my applicators, and that was, honey, that wasn't going to work. So you gotta just build it up, I suppose. And you can see it's coming on a little bit. But last night it took a minute to do this, so they're looking pretty good. I find that instead of just kind of tapping it on there, if you do small moves like that, very gently, it goes on a little bit quicker. My first eye took a hot minute to build up. I won't even lie, but once I figured out that you could just kind of do little swipes, girl, it went on just fine. Though we all know putting on shimmer shades, my finger ain't my preferred method, but it does go on really nicely like this. If you're looking for I mean, it's a really bright shimmer and it's got a great shine back to it, but you know, if you're looking for a softer touch like we did here, just in the middle and some matte surrounding it, these textured shadows are really nice for that. Seems like it's got like a concentrated shine right there, and then it's soft and girly on the outside, if you want to put it that way. I like this look, even though thinking about it, I think maybe these textured shadows will look better with like some other color underneath of it instead of just like on its own like I usually do with my shimmers. I just throw a shimmer on the lid and I don't worry about any other, you know, pulling all my mattes down. But I feel like having some color underneath of it will fill in some of the space because, I mean, even with all the building and the little tapping to blend it out, I still feel like there's some space between, like it's more pigmented in spots because it's a little flaky, but like it's really got an awesome shine and 3D look to it. So I think once I learn how to maneuver this stuff a little bit better, I can give you a more full review and tutorial on this, and hopefully I will find an even better way to put it on. I think to smoke out our lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Sandalwood, and then this one down here, Cocoa. It's just like a cocoa bronzer brown is what it reminds me of, and the Sandalwood's a nice transition shade. I'm liking that they included some warmer neutral colors in there, so it's not all, you know, pinks and golds. You've got some neutrals to work with. And I'm going to put that Sandalwood all underneath my liner here and smoke out my bottom lash line. So the Sandalwood color is very close to my skin tone, so it left me more with a shadow than a line, so I think I'm going to add Cocoa in just a little bit further than I usually do and see if we can darken it just a little bit. Maybe put one of the darker colors on my outer lash line. But it's always good to put a lighter matte color down first, that way you can blend it out and it doesn't look like just a stark dark line and give you that wreck. I think Cocoa blended really well with Sandalwood underneath my lower lash line, and it's got a nice little soft smoke out to it. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to throw on some eyeliner and mascara, and I will be right back. Now that we got our eyes on, we are going to move on to this. It is the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in Famous. It's a really pretty, it looked like a really pink berry color, so it's like a dark pink berry, and I just thought that it would go so well with the colors in this palette. And I've been interested in trying her liquid lips for a while now. They've been raved about online. If I can get this on right. It was up the whole time. Girl, get your act together. So that is what it looks like. It's like a super long, thin little tube compared to many of the others that I have. Ooh, that looks dark. I don't know about you, but I feel like that looks really dark on there. So let's be careful. Ooh, that's turning out to be more of like a purple red berry color than a pink. Definitely wipe the brush really well on the edge because this formula is really, it's really thin. So if you have too much on there, your lips will be a hot mess before you know it. What did I tell you? Huh? Wipe your brush. Alright, girl. I made a hot mess out of my lips, but I'm gonna show you anyways. It goes on as like a dark red, yeah, like a darker red as compared to the dark pink berry that I was expecting from this liquid lipstick, but I really like it. I love red and pink and berries on the lips, and especially with this adorable little palette, this is going to work out really well for me. You know, final thoughts, I think it's worth it. I really like it. It's got a different formula for the mattes, and these textured shadows, it's going to take me just a little bit to kind of get used to those and figure out how to properly use them. And when I find out, I will get back to you and let you know. You know, the only real bummer with this palette for me was it cost 65 bucks and it came with a plastic top. That bugs me a little bit. I wish it would have came with a mirror and something a little bit more sturdy than that. But it is really pretty. I can look at these pretty ladies all day long in this, though I'll tell you, I will probably be keeping it in its sleeve because I want to keep her safe and treat her right. As for the liquid lipstick, the color was a little bit deceiving. From the picture online, I could have swore I was getting like a dark pink berry color. But I'm liking the formula. It went on nice after 2 coats. I think it looks really good. Just because it's a really, really runny, thin formula, be very careful. Wipe it on the bottle. Dab it on a napkin, something, because I had it like, and I'm not a beginner at putting on liquid lipstick, so that was like, woo! Oh my god, I forgot to show y'all these adorable little stickers that came with my order. Oh my gosh, Huda emojis. I am living for these right now. I don't know what I'm going to stick them on. I'm going to be sticking them on something, that's for sure. That was a nice touch, Huda Beauty. Good job on that. I would definitely recommend the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and, you know, the liquid lip wasn't bad either. I'm digging it. These are my first Huda Beauty products, and I'm loving them. I know that she's more famous for her eyelashes, but I am not an eyelash kind of girl. I like my own. So I don't know if I'll be testing those out in the future or not, but I really like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to show me some love in the comments section. Let me know what you think. And I will be back very shortly with a little haul that I got from Ulta, Sephora, and BH Cosmetics. I can't wait to show you guys some of this stuff. So, be good to each other. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye, guys. Girl, I know I was a hot mess in today's video, but I just want to say thank you for all the love and support and for reaching 100 subscribers the other day. I appreciate you guys.